Kick cat. I'm a kick cat. I'm a kick cat. This is Jorgie Porgie, and you're about to have a shoegasm. When I walk into a store, I'm not the type of shopper where, like, Jordans are out, so I go buy Jordans, or, I'm into basketball, so I like basketball shoes. I walk in the store, I found some of my crazy shoes in stores where they don't even have shoes, you know what I'm saying? And if I walk into a store and I see a shoe, and my brain just starts to tingle, it's almost like sexual shit to me. Like, if I see a sexy girl and my heart skips a beat, sometimes I see a shoe that's so crazy, when I touch it, my palms are sweating. That's a shoegasm. Shoe. My favorite shoe of all time it's an old school shoe, and I know they just recently came out with a retro version of it, but it's called Nike Cortez. I love these shoes because they're so comfortable. They're so soft. Like, I remember I got my first pair of Cortez, and like, when I put on the shoe, it was like a sock, but it was a shoe. It was very lightweight and very flexible, and they were suede. They were purple. And I don't even know if they really make them anymore. I think they do. So I remember one time, my mom, her church used to go on these church trips. They used to go to the States all the time to go buy stuff. And it was cheap. It was like, $30, bus all day, go on the trip. And, one time she came back from the trip, and she was just like, she shouldn't tell me this, but she's like, they went to a lot of places where they just saw a lot of shoes. And she asked me, like, how much do you pay for shoes? And I said, well, shoes are this and shoes are that. She's like, well, they seen shoes down there for cheap. So I'm just thinking, it's because my mom, what does she really know? She probably doesn't know what good shoes are. So one time, her church was going on the trip, so I said, let me go. We went to Pennsylvania. What a whack place. We went to this mall, and me and my mom were in this store, and she was looking for some stuff for my brother because he likes to play basketball. So she's looking for some basketball shoes and stuff, right? And I'm walking around the store, and I see this big, they end up those big bins that they usually have hats in, like a big steel bin. And it was just full of Nikes. And I never seen these shoes. It was the first time I seen Nike Cortez. And I went to the bin, and they had yellow ones and red ones and leather and suede and green and purple and just all kinds of colors. And then I looked on the side of the bin, and it said $5. And I was just like, $5 a shoe? $5 a pair? So I picked up a shoe, and I asked one of the workers, I go, how much are these shoes? They're $5 a pair or $5 a shoe? And he looked at me like I was stupid. He's like, of course, they're only Cortez. I took the whole bin and pushed it to the front counter and said, I'll take the bin. And then they looked at me like I was really crazy. And they were like, what do you mean? You don't even know what size? I go, I don't care what the sizes are. I'll take every shoe in this bin. 42 pairs. One time. Bam. Nike Cortez. I remember first time when I got, when I get back to the bus, you know what I'm saying? And the people then were just like, because I had all the shoes in garbage bags, because they had the bags, but they had to give me garbage bags to carry them. I get on the bus, and they're like, what'd you get? And when I pulled out the shoe, and I showed them what I got, they're like, you bought 42 pairs of the same shoe? I go, they're different. One's purple, one's green, one's white, one's black. When I got back to Canada, the first time I wore those shoes, I went to the dance. And I was one of the first people who probably do this kind of shit. I went to the dance wearing one red shoe, one black shoe. Because I didn't have enough time to wear them all. So I just wear a different one on each foot every other day. Sneaker culture today, I know, like, back in the days in the early 90s and stuff, when they had like a lot of sneaker pimps online, people on the internet, people in Japan and Korea and them kind of places buying limited edition, especially the Nike Dunk SBs. They used to be worth a lot. Some of them would go up to like $1,000, $2,000, that kind of thing. The sneaker culture was really crazy. But then, like, when every store like Foot Locker and Champs started selling crazy colors like pink and yellow and green and all these kind of freaky colors, which made the limited edition SBs pretty exclusive because of their colorways, it kind of died out. eBay, bootlegging, that whopped down a lot of stuff. So I'm not even sure if there's a sneaker culture today, but I know kids never bought a stuff. They love that. Craziest thing I ever did to get a sneaker was get on a plane, go to Japan, just to buy some babes. Not like Soulja Boy, but I love me some baby names. Everything I do in my life is very expressive. I'm an artist. That's what I do. I express myself through the color of my movement, of my body, my mind, my soul. Bathing apes to me, they appeal to the essence, the very essence of explosion, of vibrant colors, energy, feeling, cartoons. It's just it's the craziest kick I've ever seen. Yeah, one of my bathing apes were $700 a pair. The most expensive shoe I've seen though is the Nike Air Force One with the alligator skin, and they had the 24 karat gold tips on the end of the shoe. I think they were like $1,500 or $2,000 a pair. Oh, the most expensive shoe I got was my Nike Dunk Supremes from Japan with the gold stars. I think I paid like $2,000 for them or something like that. A lot of dudes collect sneakers. You know, there's a lot of people out there that collect sneakers. People think like, oh, what the hell? Like my mom used to say to me when I was really young, when I was like 12 or something. She's like, she went in the basement and she came upstairs and she was like, it was really crazy. Like one day she just came upstairs, like a revelation came to her and she said, you have 150 pairs of shoes downstairs. And I said, yeah. And she's like, we only have 2 feet. What are you going to do with 150 pairs of shoes? And I said, well, there's 150 days in a year. More than that, 360. I'm only halfway there. So enough of this. Let's go take a look at some shoes. You know, a lot of people nowadays, they talk about retro this, retro that, all this kind of stuff. But I see them, they wear shell toes and they got like crazy looking weird glasses, like some old like geeky like rock and roll type. No, real retro shit. Okay, this shoe's called Troops. Now Troops were very famous back in the early 80s. They're old school b-boy shoe. LL Cool J used to rock them all the time. You see every Rakim wearing the Troop suit. You know Troops are very distinctive to the crown symbol. Now you know Nikes have an air bubble on the bottom. I don't have a pair, but they had a pair of shoes back in the early 80s called Troop Smash, and they had a bubble on them before Nike even had a bubble pad. Next retro, oh shit, here we go. God damn. These are 1979 Converse All-Stars. Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, these kind of guys that rock these. You can tell these are old school, man. They got the sponge sole and the glue coming out. I don't even really where you see that. And then you got some 1982. I don't even know what they are. I just found them in a vintage store and I just bought them because that was a cool looking old school kick. I don't even know if it's my size. And we got, oh shit, these are ones you probably heard of. Patrick Ewing's low cuts. Everybody had the high cuts. I don't even remember where I found these, but I got the low cuts. Patrick Ewing's. Craziest shoe ever for me personally. Number one is the beautiful bathing apes. I just love the colors. I just love the texture, just the feeling, just the everything. These are the ice creams, limited edition they came out with. They're called the Ice Cream Causes. Cause was a graffiti artist that collaborated with Nigo. And they came out with the limited edition shoes. These ones started at like $500 and up. And then these are the Ice Cream Supremes. These are like $1,500. Just crazy. They're just so, they're so beautiful. I love my babes. And then they had the New School Bait. The New School Bait came out a little bit later. And what they did was, because a lot of people were bootlegging their shoes, so what they did was, to stop the bootleggers, they made the tag out of 24 karat gold. And it's real gold. Because they figured nobody would put real gold in a bootleg shoe. So that's how you could tell the difference. I used to get those ones with the, oh, tabby boots. There's a kick you probably never seen before. Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle type joints. I love these. They're so comfortable. And then, of course, Adidas. Because I used to DJ for Adidas. So every time I used to do a gig, they used to give me a pair of shoes. These are the limited edition Kobe Bryant's Lucky 8s. Japanese edition. I had these shoes for like about 7 years. You know how I keep a lot of my old school shoes, keep staying looking fresh? And a lot of people say don't use it. Windex. Just spray Windex on your shoe and just wipe it off and bam, it's good.
I got flavor.